Charly Musonda has joined Vitesse for the 2019 and 2020 season. As you guys may know, that he suffered an injury on loan at Vitesse last season, and that's why he returned back to Chelsea. He's been working out consistently at the Chelsea Football Academy, but it has been officially been announced today that he is off to Vitesse for the 2019-2020 season. So hopefully he has a great spell at Vitesse. Certainly he's going to have a different level of motivation to work extremely hard to have a great loan spell so he can possibly come back, because Lampard will be watching. And that's so reassuring now that, it's not just us sending players out on loan because we don't know what to do with them. It's us actually sending players on loan for them to grow and develop. And, it's kind of similar with Kurt Zuma. He had that nasty knee injury. We sent him out on loan to Everton, and now he looked like he's the old tank again. And now he's going to be crucial to our defense. I do believe that we will have one of the better defenses this season. Like, I know last season we conceded a lot of goals, but the season before that we also conceded like 60 something goals. So it wasn't that big of a increase, right? In fact, I think it was like 1 or 2 goals less, even though Conte was a bit more pragmatic. But I actually think that with the defensive core that we have, for the most part, we're going to be pretty solid next season defensively. Getting goals is going to be our problem next season, I believe, and I think we'll find a solution. It's no big deal. But I also want to talk about Pasalic, who has signed a 5-year contract and will be returning on loan to Atalanta. So, like I said, guys, all these players they're signing these 5-year deals. First of all, the loan army, they're signing new contracts because they're confident now in that if they have a good spell on loan, they will possibly, when they return, get an actual chance to make the first team instead of being constantly patronized and constantly sent out on loan because the club has no idea what they want to do with them, and they wind up going off, leaving Chelsea for the team that they were loaned out to, like Atalanta. I'm still a bit hurt about that. Atalanta went off for basically a bargain. I think it was like 10 million was the fee, and he's another player that I really wanted to see how he would thrive under Lampard. But on a more positive side, Ruben Loftus-Cheek has finally started walking without the boot, guys. I mean, he's making big strides, big progress, and I would say, based off the reports I've been hearing, expect him to be back in training late December. And obviously, you're not going to rush him back into games. He's just going to be in training about around December. So he'll be kind of like a new player for us. Like, think of it as, we bought him in January. That's pretty much how it's going to go. He probably won't play his first game until like the late January or something like that. Or, you want to work him into the first team. You don't want to just rush him out there. But Hudson Odoi, like I said, guys, expect him to be back in training late September and possibly playing early October. Now, I've been told it might be even earlier than that. It might be early September that he's returning and training, and then mid to late September that he's going to be playing. So about around that time frame. So he's making extreme progress, guys. I didn't think he'll be returning this soon, or pushing this soon. He's already uploading videos on his Instagram and Twitter account of him jogging back and forth, trying to get back in shape, working out the legs. So yeah. Also, Reece James, expect him to be back early August. According to reports, expect him to be back before the season actually starts. So, I don't think that it's a good thing, because I don't think that he will be starting over Pasalic. I just don't see Lampard immediately making that decision to drop Pasalic, because first of all, I think that he's actually still a decent right back or fullback. He still can produce. Sometimes he does get caught out because his pace and his legs are kind of shot, but that's where Reece James comes in. He's going to help balance that, because I think the majority of the players were tired towards the end of the season because they were constantly playing. There's no rotation, but now I feel like we have a lot of midfielders despite the injuries. We still have a decent batch of players that we can use now. Mason Mount returning on loan, and Kovacic being brought on a permanent this is gonna help revamp that midfield, and I don't think we're gonna have those same problems. But I just don't see that, you know, immediately Reece James is gonna be stuck into the lineup unless Aspie plays left back and he plays right back. But even then, you know, I just think that he's gonna be slowly working to the team, just like most of the loan players, the youth players, and maybe Tamori. You know, if he impresses, which the first game is Wednesday next week, the 13th, no, the 10th. The 10th is the first game. The team has already landed in Ireland. You know, the first game is against Bohemians, and then the next game is against St. Valentine's, and then we go off to Japan, and then we have our games against Barcelona and those teams. All right, so I'm upbeat about it. I've never been so upbeat about a preseason game. You know, we're not gonna, you know, I know we have bad memories about the last preseason game that was in the middle of the season before the biggest game of our season. But we're not gonna be negative. This is a positive video. Look forward to my video coming out either later on today or early tomorrow. It's gonna be the expectation or the goals Lampard should set for himself. Pretty much, it's not gonna be the exact title, but it's gonna be pretty much the topic of it. I've set down like 3 or 4 goals that Lampard should set for himself, considering the fact, you know, obviously he said himself that we should be competing in all competitions because we're Chelsea, and it goes without saying. I love that line by him because they're trying to put the media already starting to plant their seeds on how they're going to attack Lampard and how they always attack Chelsea. But Lampard said, you know, they didn't have to tell me that, you know, finishing top 4 and being competitive and winning trophies, that's what we do naturally. That goes without saying. You know, you don't have to tell me because I know what it means to wear this badge. I know what it means to be a Chelsea player, and he's gonna establish that, guys. Like having all these players, former players, not just former players, like he said, players that want to, you know, see the best out of Chelsea. Drogba coming back. Drogba is coming back, guys. Makelele is coming back, guys. He was at Stamford Bridge yesterday, and yeah, man, they're getting the band back together, and I just like that because, you know, Czech is going to be traveling with the team. He's the advisor, and part of his job is to travel with the team, and he's going to be that direct link, you know, to from the manager to the board, right? He's going to be traveling with the team. He's going to be that guy that, you know, if a player has a complaint about something, you know, he's going to be that guy that you can consult to. So, you know, and then maybe, you know, maybe because it's this transfer ban, Lampard is still Lampard is considered a head coach, not a manager yet, because, you know, managers deal with transfers, and maybe Petr Cech is just in this role for 1 season because, you know, he's pretty much off this season. He doesn't have any transfers to deal with because of the transfer ban. So, you know, maybe they're just calling him a technical performance advisor now, but then slowly we'll build him into that director of football role, because Petr Cech, I do believe he is more than capable of doing that job. And, you know, it's very promising times, guys. I'm really upbeat about this season, even though I don't know where we'll finish. I really don't care, because I think Chelsea are finally taking it seriously now that we need to establish a style of football. We've been doing it so wrong. We've been so wrong on how we've handled things in recent seasons, where we just, you know, think about as long as we win 1 or 2 trophies or compete on it for a trophy and win a trophy, that's all we really need. We don't need to establish, we need to have build a solid foundation that will last 5, 10, 15 seasons of. We just want the now, but no, I think now Chelsea are really taking it seriously now, because they see that Liverpool and Man City, they're you know, they have a team that's gonna be solid for the next 10 years now, you know. So we need to take our time with this and build a solid foundation and go from there, you know. So, you know, this has been a kind of a news daily video, also a little bit of a rant, but like, share, subscribe, comment, and I don't know where I'm gonna start calling these videos, news daily videos or just videos about loan spills and injuries and just team news. And then also I'm gonna do this upcoming season, I'm gonna do obviously the previews to the games and the reviews to the games, tactical reviews, and yeah. And also, I think I'm the only YouTuber that live streams. I like to do commentary, so tune into my live streams during the season. Hopefully I can do if the games are available, I will do the preseason games. I'll live stream like 1 or 2 of those games. So tune in, like, share, subscribe. Up the Chelsea. This is a South African jersey, by the way. Up the Chelsea. And I'm out. That is my name, by the way.